Kia ora. So what I've got here is I've got a ESP32 128 by 64 monochrome display connected to my ESP32. There's just 4 wires involved, and the instructions are in the little pictorial there. Now I call this a monochrome display, and it's showing in 2 different colors, yellow and blue, but the thing is that these are fixed colors. The display, this part of the display is always yellow, and this part here is always blue. So really all you're doing is just driving the particular pixels, and the pixels are glowing fixed colors, so it's not just like a simple white one. These particular ones are yellow and blue. You can buy some which are fixed color all over. If you want a color display, then you need to go to a TFT display. Okay, but what we're going to do is just have a very brief look at the software. This software that I've used is one of the demo programs which comes with the library. Okay, so you have to install a library, go to manage libraries, and you're going to search for an ESP32 library, and I've already installed it, but you'll have to go down here and find the one. The particular one, I've already got it installed, as you can see, and it's this one here by ThinkPulse, Fabrice Weinberg. Okay, so that's the one I'm using. You want to use the same. Now when you click on this, it'll take you to more info, and it'll open up a page on GitHub, which is actually where the library is. Now you don't have to download anything from here to get the library into Arduino software. Okay, that all you have to do is install it through the install button that will appear in your screen. So that will get it installed, but to use it you're going to need some programs, and you'll find those on the GitHub site here. So if I just go to examples, there's a few different examples that you can use, and I'm using the simple demo one. If I go into there, you'll find that there are 2 files. There's the actual text file for Arduino software, the .ino file, and then there's an images.h file, which I just want to have a brief look at. You need to put both of these into the same directory so that the program will work. And down here you can see that it's actually got the include for images.h, and the only image that's in there is the little Wi-Fi image, which is this folder, this function here, draw the image, and it draws this here saying, hey, this is what you're going to do. This file type XBM, you can find out about it here. It's already in this demo program as to a link to how to use this, and you can create your own little simple graphics and draw them on the screen. Basically in the main loop, all this does is go through and choose one of the demos to do, and then what it's doing is it is writing this to the display, and then it's waiting a bit using this simple function here to wait a bit, which is basically built into the software for the ESP32 as a constant little clock which is running, and it updates every millisecond. And so what this does there is it basically captures the time, and then if the time has more than a certain number of milliseconds past the previous time, it does the loop and increases the count and goes through and gets the next function from this list of functions to carry out. So that's why the software is just flicking over like that. So very simple, not hard to use, not hard to connect. Just make sure you're using the particular pins in the software. Now the demo program comes with all this information about different displays. I've actually, in the example I've given you, just included exactly what you need, which is this line here, which says that it's of this certain type connected to pins 21 and 22 of the ESP32, and then basically lets it run. The other thing, of course, you'll want to know about is how to connect it to the serial monitor. That is something that it says here that it's using this to print something. It's not actually using this to print anything, but it is setting up the serial print. And that's about it. I think you'll find this fairly straightforward. It's just a matter of making sure your pin connections are correct. That's all. It's not hard to use, and then you can build this little display into your own programs. Cheers.